Hey folks, welcome to the finale of Evolution of a Horde Base Season 2. My name is Quill, let's get started. For any first timers, thanks for checking out the channel. I appreciate it and hope you like it. This series has been a step-by-step guide on crafting the base behind me. It all started with a small shelter and we've expanded on it more and more every episode. We added a balcony early on and eventually added a safe room on the second floor. That's where we spend a majority of the Horde night in relative safety. Honestly, most of the damage I take is of my own volition. My ADHD acts up and I get bored, so I hop to the ground and I get hurt. But when I'm in here, usually no issues. We've got storage boxes for days to cover the different ammo types, explosives, medical stuff, and whatever else we feel like dropping. Also got a cute little switch on the walls that turn turrets on and off when things get hairy. Over on the backside, we built a ramp/bridge/trap system thing that kind of works. I mean, it does what it's intended to do, but there's a slight issue with Zeds wanting to attack the guardrails. On one hand, it's a problem, but on the other, it's not really that big of a deal. It's like 1 to 5 blocks that have to get replaced each week, but honestly, it keeps the Zeds busy, they're easy enough to pick off, and fuck it really doesn't bother me. Anyway, Zeds run up those ramps, get zapped by some electric wire traps, and if things get too rough, we've got 6 turrets ready to clear the bridge and annoy the hell out of my ears. These are the ones I mentioned can be toggled on from the safe room. And lastly, for the most recent expansion, we built the living quarters directly beneath the base. It's a nice place to go prep for the Horde and to respawn in case shit goes sideways. I haven't needed it yet, but it might get a fair bit of use tonight. More on that later on. Anyway, all good things must come to an end. Today's the finale, so we're going to be wrapping up the build and moving on to greener pastures. I'll cover the post-evolution plans near the end of the video, but for now, let's only worry about this place. The docket today isn't too bad. First on the list is completing the actual build, and we'll follow that up with a fancy new paint job. After that, we've got a special sort of review type thing. We're going to take a look at what the base would have been. The original design is similar in layout, but isn't what got built. I call this series Evolution for a reason. I like to be fluid and open to changing things, and I do my best to not be too close-minded on the design. Except for the guardrails. I like them, I ain't changing them. So yeah, we'll take a look at what could have been versus what we built. It'll be fun. And of course, we'll conclude everything with one final horde that should truly test the strength of this base. Let's get started. We need to do some demolition before we construct anything. In total, there are 18 blocks to break, and I've marked them in red. The first 6 are on the underside of the bridge, and the other 12 are beneath the trap rooms. All sets of blocks to be broken are lined up with the center of their corresponding pillars. We need to break these down so they can be replaced with different blocks. The plan is to beef up the pillars, but the current shapes won't mesh well with what we're adding. With those broken, we're going to use a mixture of cube halves and cube half corners to frame the pillar and the blocks we broke. To make it easier to see the new blocks, I've painted them a vibrant yellow. The frame is the same design for each spot, cube halves running up and along the top, with corner blocks to obviously serve as corners. For the next part, we're going to use a mixture of these 5 shapes. Starting with cube halves, line the bottom 2 rows of the bridge pillars. We'll then place wedge 60 blocks on the 3rd row, followed by cubes on the 4th and 5th rows. We'll connect the pillars on the 5th row and jut it out by 1 block on each side so it forms a line of 7 cube blocks. For the remaining 2 openings on each side of the line, use wedge narrow high and narrow middle to make a slope. Similar to how we framed the underside of the trap rooms and bridge, we're also going to need to frame the underside of the ramps, but before we do that, we need to place 2 turrets down. Lined up with the middle of the ramps and pillars, we'll place a shotgun turret down facing towards the ramp underside. Once those are down, we can line the pillars with cube halves on the first and third rows and cube half corners on the second and fourth rows. We can also place a cube half block above the turret to complete the connection. Next, grab some wedge 60 tip corner tops, as well as a few cube quarters and cube quarter corners. The cube quarters can be placed directly in front of and behind the turrets, and the cube quarter corners can be placed on the sides, with one end facing upwards to be topped off by the wedge 60 tip corner top. The turrets aren't exactly well protected, but I think it's alright. I don't expect that they'll take too much damage, and the design seemed to work well enough in testing. On the sides of the base, looking towards the trap rooms, we're going to add some extra blocks centered with the pillars. It's nothing crazy, just 2 cube halves on the bottom rows and a wedge 60 tip on the third. There should be open areas around each of the pillar corners. I don't feel like leaving them that way, so I'm going to place a cube quarter at the bottom of each spot and a wedge 60 tip corner top above it. This will make a little spike looking thing. They don't really add much, but they are extra blocks that have to be broken down to get to the center pillar. As a final addition to the base, I want to extend the foundation out by 5 blocks in every direction. The first and fifth spots will be cube 3/4 blocks, and the middle will be composed of cube halves. This isn't a necessary addition, and I'm really just putting it in because I like the way it looks. It'll serve as a track that we can run around without worrying about terrain, cacti, or whatever. It's an expensive addition, around 1,000 blocks, and doesn't have much payoff, if any, so if you choose to skip it, I won't blame you. Before I get to painting, we need to address the lights. Torches just aren't cutting it anymore, so it's time to upgrade. That said, this is going to be pretty basic and bare bones. If you've got any questions about it, let me know in the comments. To start, I'm using fluorescent lights. These can't be crafted or purchased as far as I know, so the creative menu is the only option there. On the bottom half of the base, I've lined them up around the balcony, centered with each of the pillars. There's also a set underneath the balcony between the pillars and the safe room. Inside both safe rooms, I placed 2 lights in the middle of the ceiling, making them centered with the windows on the ends. For the outside second story safe room, I placed lights above each window and also placed one of them on each of the far sides. I also added lights to the outside of the trap rooms, but they don't matter as much just because of the simplicity of wiring them up. For those who aren't in the know, I do my absolute best to hide cables and to make things look clean. When I say the trap room lights are easy, I mean that no matter where you put them, you likely won't have visible cables because of their proximity to the generators, whereas for the rest of the base, it's much more difficult to hide them. The generator in one trap room is going to power the bottom half of the base, along with the 2 new shotgun turrets from earlier, and the other generator is going to power the top half. The load isn't exactly going to be split evenly between them, but oh well. To make this explanation easier, I'm going to detach the camera so we can look all around the base. Let's start with the bottom. To get power to the balcony, I placed 3 relays beneath the foundation, but you could likely get away with 2. One is centered underneath the trap room pillar and then snakes over to a balcony pillar. From there, the wire runs up to the first light and results in a little exposure, but I'll live with it. After that, it's really just a daisy chain of lights from one to the other until the outside balcony is done. As for the underside, I simply chained them in from the outside light. Not exactly lights, but to be sure they're covered, the shotgun turrets have relays beneath them that are tied into the relay beneath our safe room pillar. The top half of the base and the interior of the safe rooms won't require any new relays. Instead, we'll tap into our pre-switch relay for the turret systems and then daisy chain it like the balcony. This will ensure the lights are on regardless of the switch state and not result in too much exposed wire. For the second floor safe room, we simply tap into the light above the outside window and connect it to our interior light, and then bring it to our corresponding exterior bridge light. For the first floor safe room, we can connect straight from the pre-switch relay of each trap room to the corresponding interior light. And with that, my friends, we're done building and I can get to painting. If I'm being honest, I think we're overdue for a complete overhaul of the paint job. I'm kinda tired of looking at red brick, so I'm gonna play around with it for a bit and see what I can come up with. Definitely gonna have some black, maybe go with some concrete, and add a bright color or two in there. Anyway, I'll work on that and show you what it looks like in just a bit. For now, here are my unlocked perks and books, and when we return, we'll take a look at what the base could have been, was, and did become. Welcome back, friends. Before we get to the review, I had a request from someone to see what my crafting room looked like. This is the home I was using before making the living quarters at the base, and it's about 600 meters away. I didn't do much with it because I never intended to stay here for long, maybe a week or two, but kept getting pushed back. But yeah, this is the old home and where the magic happened. Everything that had to be crafted for the base was made here, and I never really felt the need to go overboard with the crafting stations. 2 workbenches, 2 forges, and 3 cement mixers proved to be more than enough. You know, I don't really feel the need to come back here anymore since we got the living quarters and are moving on. We should probably give this place a proper farewell. So long, shithole! Okay folks, let's take a look at what could have been. While it looks similar, the base behind me is the original rough draft of the Season 2 build. Let's break it down. The front stayed mostly the same, with only some minor adjustments. I had these blocks running along the underside of the balcony, but they didn't make the cut to the official build. They just seemed a bit excessive and didn't add much in my opinion. The safe rooms are a little different as well. On the first floor, it's a little bulkier, but I realized we didn't need the blocks and I prefer the open room design we have now. I started playing around with some ideas for living quarter entrances, but didn't flesh them out on this design. The holes in the floor only lead to disappointment. The back half of the base is where most of the changes occurred. You'll see the general shape, but it's definitely different. For the original design, I wanted to go with a closed off sort of courtyard type thing. The wire traps on the sides and turrets on the back end with a nice little roof up top. This design also includes the original staircases that we ended up replacing with ramps nearly immediately. The trap rooms were intended to have a ground level area that provided entrance to the second floor. This was replaced with elevated rooms that we're using now, and the entrances were placed on top of the trap rooms instead of the bottom so we can access them during the horde if needed. Turrets were located on the back wall instead of the trap rooms, with the entrance being located on the underside of that segment. I played around with the idea of turrets on the roof, but didn't find it to be a necessary addition. However, if you like that idea, it's easy enough to add these to the current design. Just power them by tapping into the lights in the safe room below. Finally, we have the roof. With the original draft, it would have had the loop you see here. With the back wall of turrets being nixed, the loop sadly never made it and was replaced with a flatter design. If you're curious why I nixed the turret walls, it's because I didn't like the way they fit after I redesigned the trap rooms to accommodate the stairway/ramp change. I intended to add something there, but just didn't like what I came up with. Funnily enough, I played around with the idea of adding the living quarters back there, with them being a raised building instead of the underground bunker. The designs didn't really mesh well, and the living quarters came out looking more like a weird Halo Pelican spaceship type thing. Don't get me wrong, it looked cool, but didn't work with this design. Might pop up as a standalone build later though. We'll see. So yeah, this was the original draft. I hope you liked the insight on the behind the scenes stuff. Now, let's take a look at the completed base. I went a bit overboard on the new paint job, spending about 3 hours playing with different textures. While I like the new scheme, others may not. The red brick has been replaced with concrete blocks, and I added a fair bit of metal taupe to serve as a counterbalance. Missing some much needed color, I figured having a bright tone would help even out the build. I thought about going with blue or red at some point, but the yellow looked the best to me. Full disclosure, the yellow and black lines running along the top of the safe rooms can't be done with cube half blocks. To achieve the look shown, I replaced those rows with cube half trim split 2 blocks. This allowed the 2 textures to be placed in a single block area, with each trim acting as its own surface. I don't really have much else to say about the paint scheme. If you got any questions about it, let me know in the comments. Hey guys, welcome back. The Horde will be here momentarily, and as you can see, I've been joined by 2 friends, Crab Clown Jimmy and Lieutenant Dan.
Hey!
These 2 have been running an ARC series called Park Rangers, which I highly recommend checking out, and they've been dedicated to making some great cinematic videos, and it's been an absolute blast watching them work. Alright, well, before the Horde gets here, do you 2 want to tell us anything about the series?
Well, thanks for having us, Quill. We're really excited to be fighting zombies with you tonight. Lieutenant Dan and I are running a series called Park Rangers and Ark Survival Evolved. It is about 2 park rangers who are supposed to be the only park rangers on a mobile wildlife reserve on a space station called the Jenny.
Yeah, Ark is the Genesis 2 map. We're going all out with the tech tier stuff, using cryopods for our dinos. It is quite a crazy time. And we happen to have a fantastic cameraman, Mr. Quill Gaming himself.
Appreciate you so much, man.
Alright, let's talk about our loadouts for a minute. Jimmy, what are you working with?
Well, I brought a bat. There you go. Also got this dope 44 Vulture with a silencer and a crippling mod and I think like a rad mod or something. And then I bought Combat Shoddy. Boom.
Alright, what about you, Dan?
I'm a spear fan myself, so I got this guy. I've got my tack because rifles are the best way to play. I got a pistol also with a silencer. I didn't realize that was the meta, but it's cool. It's cool. And then just in case, I got a pump shotgun and a couple grenades.
As for me, I'm using a steel club just like before, as well as the same SMG I've had the past few weeks, but I did manage to upgrade my pump shotgun to a auto shotgun as well. So, you 2 ready to get started?
I'm so ready.
Let's do this.
Alright, well, let's go. We need to turn on the generators, make sure they're good with fuel, and pick your position.
Yeah, I'm going to the first floor.
Yeah, do you want us anywhere in particular, or we just figuring out as we go?
You can really just figure it out as you go. So, one thing that I do want to say is, even though I did rig up the electrical lights down here for the balcony and stuff, we're not going to be using them tonight. Main reason for that is because they absolutely tank my rig.
I do want to go on record and say that I will pay someone $10 if I die before Crab Clown Jimmy tonight. I don't care if I live, I just need to live longer than him.
Sounds like he put a hit on himself, Quill.
Wait, so you need to live longer than Jimmy, or
Yes.
who has to die? Okay, Jimmy has to die first.
Yeah.
No, stop it! No!
All right, you know my Venmo information. I will be expecting it.
Oh, God.
I'm going downstairs and I'm angry about it.
Oh, you'll be
Hey,
fine.
it wasn't me. I mean, it was kind of me.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Check it out. Let's just take this and where is it? Lock. He can stay down there.
What?
Oh, here we go.
All right, here comes the Horde. Let's get started.
I feel bullied.
Oh, there is a spitter. Die. I think he's dead.
So Dan, you brought some grenades to this fight, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Let's use those. I'm throwing them without meaning to. I'm sorry.
All right. You can figure it out. You got time. There's plenty of them there.
There we go. That's what I meant to
Nice. Very nice. All right, you got it. Oh, very nice shot.
It's getting a little hairy down here.
Oh, how's it looking? Does anything need to be repaired?
Maybe.
Oh, hey Dan, we could use some grenades out front.
I got it.
Doing great. Holding my own. Taking names.
Oh, okay. I should not have used contact grenades.
Yeah, those are dumb.
Oh, wait, did you break something?
No, it just hurt myself a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit.
Oh, hey, we could definitely use them out here on the bridge. This is way more than I was expecting.
All right, take a step back. I can't. Ah!
Oh, go ahead.
Suck on that. Oh.
Awesome.
I'm getting spit on.
Spit back. Quill, your little ramps here work so good.
Thank you. Oh, hey, by the way, if things get too hairy, right over here to the left and right, you should see a switch between those storage boxes. Feel free to toggle them on.
Yeah, for the auto turrets.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna hop up top, see how things look.
We're losing a lot of blocks downstairs.
I'm coming.
Oh, God, my frames are dropping.
Oh, I'm losing the frames.
Oh, don't step in front of the gun.
The frames are dropping faster than the zombies.
You know what I think helps frames?
Killing zombies.
Fire.
Oh, you friggin' caught me on fire,
I
Jimmy!
set you on fire. I'm sorry. I regret it a little bit.
It's alright. I'm doing some first aid. I need to take a bite. I'm just gonna pause for a quick snack.
I don't think we can pause for snacks.
Did they just break that? Yep, they broke in. I'm out. I'm closing the gate.
They broke it in. Open the door. Open the door.
I ain't letting you in, remember?
No, let me in.
They broke in underneath.
What do you mean they broke in? What did you two do? Come on, Jimmy, get up here.
Jimmy, I was 100% intending to leave you down there. Stand back.
I'm gonna turn on these turrets so we get some little relief here. There we go. That should help out a bit.
Oh yeah.
Traps. Ow! Oh no, it fell!
I just
no.
watched you fall right past
Oh my
me.
gosh! I'm gonna be fine. This is fine. You have really cool lanes to run in, Quill. It's like you did this on purpose.
The outskirt? Yeah, I did.
Yeah!
I forget, you
Oh,
guys
there's a
did
bird.
not get to see the, y'all did not get to see the explanation of everything got built, so it's kind of y'all's first time getting a look at the new base.
Yes, indeed, but it looks so good.
Crab Clown Jimmy approved!
Oh shit! Oh no, I fell off the side! No! Okay, I lived.
This is going well. Feel like a winner. Found a stripper and a cop.
Guys, I just want you to know, I don't think I'm gonna die. I think this is going pretty swimmingly for me, actually.
I mean, I can fix that if you'd like.
Yeah, I hear it's a one-way ticket if Quill's
Yeah,
involved.
only if Jimmy's offering to pay $10.
I mean, I've done worse for less, but sure. I mean, I wasn't even gonna ask for money, but Dan brought it up, so know your worth, I guess. Apparently, I'm worth $10.
Apparently, I'm worth $10.
But you're worth $10 dead.
Okay, so we got what, 2 hours left?
Have we seen any demolitioners yet?
No demos. That's actually very surprising. I mean, we are both over, or for all three over the game stage requirement farm, but no demos yet.
And if they all show up right now, we're gonna say it's entirely your fault.
That's fine. Let them blow it up. I'm done with this base anyway.
What? I just paid rent.
He said he's done with it. He sold it to you.
So, was the 7-day series you two did together, was that y'all's first collaboration?
It was. And I tell you what, my life would look very different if we hadn't done that. I don't know if it would be better or worse, but it would be different.
That is actually the first series that I saw you in, Dan. That's how I found out who you were.
Riding Crab Clown Jimmy's coattails. Hey, I have more subs than he does.
Well deserved, I might add. You're an amazing editor, my friend.
Bro, I was very much expecting you to say something. I was very much expecting you to say something snotty, and I was gonna hunt you down and shoot you. But then you complimented me, so I am sorry that I put a bounty on your head for $10 and Quill took it out.
You two can apologize all you want. I still expect $10.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dog! Hey, dog! Bye, dog!
Horde's
know
almost
what?
over there.
Now or never. I'm being brave.
Come on down here on the floor. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Jimmy. I'm coming to help.
Stop trying to kill me.
I'm not coming to kill you. We're a team for once. Unlike our current series.
Power Park Rangers. New episodes every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
We are not Powerpuff Rangers.
Power Park. I gave you credit, not Powerpuff.
Although I would watch a Powerpuff Rangers thing.
Oh, straight up.
There's dogs, there's everything under the sun. Or the moon. Right behind you, Jimmy, right behind you.
2 more minutes.
Guys, we're actually gonna do this.
I feel like we're winning.
Yeah! We beat
Dan.
the Horde!
Except for Jimmy.
And then I killed Jimmy.
He lost.
Technically, I waited until the daybreak chime, and then I shot him in the back of the head. Look at this guy. Wow. Look at this guy. That is epic right there. I've got a frozen zombie on my screen. Oh, now I unfroze him.
Let me up.
Oh.
Let me up.
Oh, is the door locked again?
No, they're packing into this hole. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I just locked a zombie inside your house.
Jimmy.
Is it an exploding kind?
Oh, hey.
Nah, but he's gonna mess some stuff up.
Just a rogue naked man leaving stuff in my bed. All right, let's go get the zombie. Yes. Wait, what zombie? Oh, there he is. Hey, William. How's it going, you asshole? He's asleep. Haven't seen him in a while. That was a great cameo. Thanks, Jimmy.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yes.
Quill.
Oh, God.
I want my $10.
Damn it, Jimmy. Dude, that's my first death of the series. I've not died at all. I let
regret
two
nothing.
people into the world.
Don't shoot me.
No, I'm not.
I'm playing a little game of hide
Same.
and seek with. This guy.
His naked body just immediately stood back.
I see that too. Ah, good old 7
man.
days to die.
It's like a little sensor bar.
Hey, we won. We were victorious. I'm gonna sit up here and eat some food. I'm gonna scarf down like all of these rations.
And hey, Jimmy.
Hey,
Bye, Jimmy. All right, so right over here on the front, they did break through. They got through our hatch and the little part in the barricade in the middle, but that's all right. Broke that random block, but cool. Oh well. As for the inside, doesn't look like we took too much damage, even though they broke in. This is actually the best the guardrails have turned out on any episode. No blocks were broken on this side. I should probably check the other one, though, before I say that. And no blocks over here. Well, that block, but that doesn't matter. The rest of it still looks great. The ramps are still functional. Well, guys, I just want to say thank you both very much for joining me. That was awesome. I think it all worked out great. We didn't lose too many blocks, so yeah.
That was awesome. We didn't lose too many blocks. We didn't lose too many lives on purpose. I mean, we did lose some on purpose. We didn't lose them to the zombies, though.
Quill, you really have a great base,
Yeah.
man. Great design, great execution, high functionality. I approve. Well done.
Thank you, man. I do appreciate it. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to build, and if anyone's watching this series, or maybe this is your first episode, if you are interested in building it, every episode in the series is just a step-by-step guide on getting up to this point, so by all means, check it out.
You still there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Jimmy?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear
Did
you.
we lose Quill?
You may have
y'all
lost
hear me?
internet.
Oh, there they go. Okay, well, it seems my internet is going out. Luckily, it didn't drop during the Horde. But anyway, that is a wrap, folks. We're done with this base, and it's time to move on. Could it still be improved? Sure. But at this point, adding anything else just feels excessive. I've taken this base as far as I care to, and I'm proud of what we've built. We're going to be deviating from the Horde stuff for a while and try something new. It's a project I've been mulling over for a bit, and I think it'll be fun. Building a Better Apocalypse, a series with a focus on home bases and aesthetics. What's the point of surviving if we're not going to do it in style? Episode's coming soon. Thank y'all for joining me on this project. It's been a lot of fun to make, and I appreciate all the feedback I've gotten. As always, y'all have a good one, and thank you for watching.